నడిస్తే దాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే మోషన్. సో నెక్స్ట్ what is motion in a straight line? Suppose you are taking motion and it is in a straight line, which is nothing but it is called as linear motion. So there are three types of motions. So when you consider the motion, we can divide this into three types of motions. So divided into three types of motions. One is one dimensional, and second one is two dimensional, and third one is three dimensional. So next, suppose if we come to the definition of one dimensional motion, so we can represent this as how we can define this one dimensional motion. So the motion of an object is said to be one dimensional motion if and only if out of three coordinates. We know that already there are three types of coordinates along x direction, y direction, and z direction. So in this way, we can define three coordinate systems. Suppose if you are taking only one dimensional, suppose you are taking one dimensional, then out of three coordinates, then the position of the object changing with time is known as one dimensional motion. So suppose you are taking the motion along x direction, then it is said to be one dimensional motion. Or suppose you can take this one dimensional along y direction also you can take. And suppose you are taking z direction. So these are the three coordinates. So about along three coordinates, you can take only one direction. So one dimensional, either x, either y or z. Then it is known as one dimensional motion. Suppose you are taking a two dimensional motion. So how you can define this two dimensional motion? So the motion of an object is said to be two dimensional motion if two out of three coordinates specifying the position of the object changing with time. So out of three coordinates, suppose you are taking only two dimensional, that is two axes, that is xy or yz or xz, then it is known as two dimensional motion. And next, three dimensional motion. So how you can define the three dimensional motion? Suppose you are taking the motion in the three coordinates, means x, y and z, then we can say that it is three dimensional motion. And now we are going to discuss some of the important definitions. So what are the important definitions regarding motion in a straight line? So today we discuss that second topic, motion in a straight line, and tomorrow we discuss the problems. Tomorrow we are going to discuss the problems. So some of the important definitions you see, displacement. Suppose you are taking displacement, how you can define this displacement? So a displacement is the shortest distance from the initial to the final position of a point. So suppose you are taking the shortest distance from initial to final position, then it is said to be a displacement. And the magnitude of displacement is less than or equal to the actual distance traveled by the object in the given time interval. Suppose it is taking in the time interval, within time interval, how you are going to define? Suppose you are taking the actual distance which is less than or equal, then we can say that within the time interval, that is nothing but the magnitude of the displacement. And next we move on to the speed. Suppose you are taking the speed, how you can define this speed? So it is nothing but the rate of change of distance covered by the body with respect to the time. Suppose it is changing with the time. So time batti distance అనేది change అవుతూ ఉంటే then it is called as speed. And next, we can also give the definition for speed as speed is equal to distance traveled by time taken. So what is the distance that the body has traveled to the time? So in which time, in what time the speed has taken? So that will be considered as the definition for speed. And speed is a scalar quantity. And what are its units? Suppose you are taking units for speed, then we can say that meter per second. So what are the units per speed means meter per second. So how you are going to define the dimensional formula? So dimensional formula of speed. So we can say that Lm power 0 because there is no mass for this one, and L power 1 and T power minus 1. So the dimensional formula for speed, which is depending on the formula for speed, that is distance. For distance you are taking it as L, and time, for time you are taking this as by.
We are not understanding. Repeat again.
Comments ఎక్కడ comments పెట్టండి. Comments
దాంట్లో మ్యూట్ చేసి.
So somebody is asking that repeat once again. So today we are discussing motion in a straight line. So are you understanding? So are you understanding? Again I am going to repeat this one because somebody is commenting that we are not understanding, because we are discussing the, today we are giving the introduction. Today we are giving the introduction. Today we are giving the introduction, and tomorrow we can discuss the problems. So today we are going to discuss some of the important points. So because of that points only, tomorrow we can solve the problems related to motion in a straight line. Okay. So first of all, I am going to, again I am repeating, because somebody are saying that we are not joining. So again I am repeating, once again I am repeating. So introduction, suppose you are taking introduction. So if an object changes its position with respect to its surroundings with time, then it is called motion. So what is the motion? So how we can explain the definition for motion? So if the object is changing, so ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది చేంజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటే డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ పొజిషన్ తీసుకొని మనం టైం చేసుకొని దాంతో ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది మూవ్ అవుతూ ఉంటే దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ మోషన్. అండ్ మోషన్ ఇన్ ఏ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ లీనియర్ మోషన్. సో దెర్ ఆర్ 3 types of motions. So how we can, so somebody is saying that explain board map, okay, your so motion board, so they are saying boards. So tomorrow we today we adjust this one. Tomorrow I will explain in the board. So today we have adjusted this physics class today, and tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards we are using board, and as well as PPT also we can give. And next, what are the types of motions? So one dimensional, 2D and 3D. So one dimensional, suppose you are coming with one dimensional. Somebody is asking that explain in Telugu. So Telugulo kuda cheptamamma. So one dimensional motion anedi manam etla define cheyochu. Manaku telusu kada 3 coordinates. We have 3 coordinates. So x axis, y axis and z axis. So ee 3 coordinates తీసుకున్నప్పుడు, suppose you are taking the motion only in one direction, that is x కానీ y కానీ z కానీ, సో ఏదో ఒక డైరెక్షన్ లో మోషన్ అయినప్పుడు, ఆ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ యొక్క మోషన్ జరిగినప్పుడు, దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as వన్ డైమెన్షనల్. దాన్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే వన్ డైమెన్షనల్ మోషన్. ఓకే. Next, two-dimensional motion. So two-dimensional motion means suppose you are taking x and y, or y and z, or x and z, then we can say that it is we can two-dimensional motion. So today we are discussing the introduction. Today you follow the introduction, and tomorrow we discuss the problems. Okay, so next, three-dimensional motion. So how you can explain three-dimensional motion? Three-dimensional motion ni manam etla explain cheyochu. Suppose you are taking three coordinates x, y, z, then we can say that it is three-dimensional motion. X kani, y kani, z kani, three axes kuda తీసుకుంటే then it is known as three-dimensional motion. And now we discuss some of the important definitions regarding motion in a straight line. So suppose you are taking displacement. Displacement తీసుకున్నప్పుడు మనం ఎట్లా explain చేయొచ్చు? So a displacement is nothing but the shortest distance from the initial to the final position of the point. Suppose you are taking initial point. Initial ante starting point and final ante last point. So that distance, how much distance the body has covered is known as displacement. And you can also say that the magnitude of the displacement is less than or equal to the actual distance traveled by the object in the given time interval. And next we move on to the speed. So how we can define the speed? Speed anedi manam etla define cheyochu? So it is nothing but the rate of change of distance covered by the body with respect to time is known as speed. So speed ni manam etla cheyochu ante we can also define this speed as in the form of formula. Formula laga kuda manamu deenni explain cheyochu. So speed is equal to distance traveled to the time taken. So distance traveled to the time taken. So like this also we can write the definition for speed. So speed is a scalar quantity. Next, its unit is meter per second. And what is the dimensional formula for this speed? So speed ki dimensional formula em raichu ante distance is denoted with L and time is denoted with T. So kabatti manam em raichu L by T. So L by T, or you can say that LT power minus 1, and it is a positive or zero but never negative. And next, uniform speed. So how you can define the uniform speed? Uniform speed ni manam etla define cheyochu? So if an object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, so then we can say that the body is moving with the speed uniformly. Uniformly it is moving, and in this type of motion, position time graph is also always a straight line. It is also a straight line. And next, instantaneous speed. So instantaneous speed ante emi? The speed of an object at any particular instant of time. So ఏదైనా particular time తీసుకున్నప్పుడు దాన్ని మనము instantaneous speed అని చెప్పొచ్చు. And time can be taken as delta t tends to 0. So when a body is moving with uniform speed, then its instantaneous speed is equal to average speed. So oka body anedi uniform speed gaani ledante instantaneous speed lo move avutu unte, then we can say that it is equal to average speed, or you can say this as uniform speed. And next, velocity. So how you can define the velocity? So velocity can be defined as the rate of change of position of an object at a particular direction, and with respect to time is called velocity. So it is also equal to the displacement covered by an object per unit time. So you can also give the definition for velocity as displacement covered by an object per unit time, and that is written as velocity is equal to displacement by time. And దాన్ని ఎట్లా ఫార్ములా రాయొచ్చు అంటే displacement per time. So because velocity is the vector quantity, so SI units, how do you write the SI units? Meter per second. And its dimensional formula, how you can write the dimensional formula? So m power 0 LT power minus 1. M power 0 because there is no mass per velocity. Therefore, according to the definition nunchi తీసుకుంటే displacement by time ante displacement, we can give the dimensional formula as L, and time is T power minus 1. Therefore, LT power minus 1. So it may be 0 or negative or positive. So velocity may be negative positive or 0. So next we move on to the important note that when the body is moving in a straight line, then the average speed and average velocity both are equal. Suppose the body is moving in a straight line. ఒక straight line లో move అవుతూ ఉంటే then we can say that average speed and average velocity both are equal. So remember this point ma, because tomorrow we are going to do the problems. So when the body is moving in a straight line, then we can say that average speed and average velocity are equal. And acceleration. So acceleration, how you can define the rate of change of velocity of an object with respect to time is called its acceleration. So acceleration can also be written as acceleration, change in velocity to the time taken. So change in velocity to the time taken. So it is nothing but a vector quantity. And SI units manam etla rayachu. So meter per second square. And what are its dimensions? So dimensions are LT power minus 2. So there is no mass. Since there is no mass for acceleration, therefore we can write the dimensions are LT power minus 2. And it may be positive, negative or 0. So acceleration may be positive, negative or 0. And next, the acceleration can be taken as positive acceleration or negative acceleration. So if the velocity of an object is increasing with time, suppose it is increasing with the time, then the acceleration is said to be positive. So and negative acceleration, if the velocity of an object decreases with the time తో పాటు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ వెలాసిటీ కూడా డిక్రీజ్ అయితే then the acceleration is said to be negative. The negative acceleration is also called as retardation or deceleration. We can call this as negative acceleration is also called as retardation or deceleration. So these are the important points we have to remember while doing problems tomorrow. And next will be types of linear motion. What are the types of linear motion? We can say that the linear motion is also called the rectilinear motion, and which can be divided into two types. So uniform linear motion with constant velocity or zero acceleration. So uniform linear motion ante emi with constant velocity or zero acceleration. And non-uniform linear motion with variable velocity. So velocity అనేది change అవుతూ ఉంటుంది, or you can say that non-zero acceleration. And first of all we are discussing linear motion. So what is linear motion? Suppose you are taking linear motion, it is the most simple kind of one-dimensional motion. Suppose you are taking the linear motion, it is nothing but considered as దాన్ని మనము ఎట్లా తీసుకుంటాము అంటే వన్ డైమెన్షనల్ మోషన్. And as Newton's first law of motion suggests that an object will be either positive, that is either rest or continue its direction and moving in a straight line with a uniform velocity, then we can say that it is having until an external force is applied to it. So unless మీరు ఎంతవరకు ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేసే వరకు కూడా the body ఏమైతుంది, it is in rest position. So when you apply the force, then the body starts continue. So it is same as Newton's first law of motion. And similarly uniform motion in a straight line. So how do you define the uniform motion in a straight line? If a body travels in a straight line and covers equal amount of distance in equal intervals of time, then it is said to have uniform motion. Suppose you are taking the body, మీరు బాడీ తీసుకున్నారు and it is traveling in a straight line. Straight line లో travel చేసేటప్పుడు then how much amount of distance it is traveled and what is the time? What is the equal intervals of time? Then we can say that it is traveling in uniform motion. So దాన్ని మనం ఏమంటామంటే uniform motion. So in simple words, a body is said to have uniform acceleration. Uniform motion తీసుకున్న తర్వాత next will be uniform acceleration. So what is definition for uniform acceleration? If the rate of change of its velocity remains constant. So velocity అనేది constant గా ఉంటే then we can say that it is uniform acceleration. So in the diagram form you can see uniform motion in a straight line. Suppose you are taking the motion in a straight line. So here in the diagram, it is representing that the ball is covering equal distance. The ball is covering equal distance in equal intervals of time. So in the diagram, a ball, suppose you are taking a ball, then it is covering equal distance in equal intervals of time, which is the best example for uniform motion in a straight line. Because this is the diagram. While doing problems tomorrow, we have to remember this one. And next example. So example ఏమి ఇవ్వచ్చు దీనికి అంటే if a car travels at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, then it will cover a distance of 1 kilometer per minute. In this sense, the motion of car acceleration is uniform. And next, non-uniform motion. So how do you define the non-uniform motion? Non-uniform motion ni మనం ఎట్లా డిఫైన్ చేయొచ్చు in a straight line. So straight line లో so unlike the uniform acceleration, the body is said to have non-uniform motion when the velocity of body changes by unequal amounts in equal intervals of time. So the rate of change of its velocity changes at different points of time during its movement. And next example. So how do you define the example? How do you give the example for this? As a boy kicking a football. Suppose a boy is kicking football, it might cover 4 meters in the first attempt, 2 meters in the 6 meters in the second change, and 9 meters in the third. Then like that the ball is going on as per the velocity exerted by the boy. And next, what are the important formulae that we can discuss and while doing problems tomorrow? So motion in a straight line. So motion in a straight line, what are the formulae? V is equal to u plus at. V is equal to u plus at, and s is equal to ut plus half at square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So these are the important formulae when the motion is taken in a straight line. And for deaccelerated motion, for deaccelerated motion, so deaccelerated motion ante etla rayachama formula. So v is equal to u minus at. So v is equal to u minus at. So deaccelerated motion ante deaccelerated motion తీసుకున్నప్పుడు మీరు ఎట్లా రాయాలంటే v is equal to u minus at, and s is equal to ut minus half at square. And next formula will be v square is equal to u square minus 2as. So these are the important formulae for deaccelerated motion. Suppose the case is free fall. Free fall అనుకోండి. Suppose the body is falling from some height and it is called as a free fall. దాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే మనము free fall అంటాం. So how do you define? ఎట్లా మనం దాన్ని define చేయొచ్చు? So in the absence of the air resistance, all the bodies are falling with the same acceleration towards earth from a small height. So same acceleration తీసుకొని, suppose all the bodies are falling down towards the earth from small height. కొంచెం height నుంచి మనకు బాడీస్ అన్ని కిందకి ఫ్రీగా ఫాల్ అయితే దాన్ని ఏమంటామంటే you can say that it is free fall. And the acceleration with which a body falls is called acceleration, gravitational acceleration. So what is the acceleration? Which is, suppose the body is falling from some height, then it is having gravitational acceleration. So what is the value for this month? Value emerge g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So what is the value we can give for gravitational acceleration g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So free fall means all the bodies are falling from to the downwards. Then it is nothing but free fall, and it is having acceleration due to gravity is g. And what is the value that for acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. And suppose you are discussing relative motion. Suppose the problem, some of the problems may come across relative motion. Depending upon relative motion, how we can define. So the rate of change of distance of one object with respect to the other is called relative velocity. Suppose మనకు distance అనేది ఒక object కి ఇంకొక object కి కలిపి change అవుతుంటే, then we can say that it is relative velocity. The relative velocity with relative velocity of an object with respect to the object B. How do you write the relative velocity of the object A with respect to object B? So etla raichu ante VAB is equal to VA minus VB. So suppose manaku problems lo itla ichinadu anukondi, relative velocity of the object A with respect to object B. Then how we can write this means VAB is equal to VA minus VB. And next, when both objects are moving in the same direction lo move aithe, then relative velocity of object B with respect to object A. So in this case, itla unnappudu manam etla rayala equation. So VBA is equal to VB is minus VA. So VBA is equal to VB minus VA. And when the object B moves in opposite direction of object, suppose the object B is moving in the opposite direction. So in this case, VBA is equal to VB plus VA. So these are the important points, ma. So tomorrow we discuss the problems related to motion in a straight line. So far I have given only the introduction, ma. So because these are the basic points that we have to remember tomorrow. That's why I have given the introduction today. And tomorrow onward, tomorrow class we are going to discuss the problems. Okay. So one day introduction to the topic, and the second day we discuss the problems on the board. As your wish, we are going to do the problems on the board. Okay, ma. Tomorrow you can join. Today we conclude the session, ma, physics class, and tomorrow we discuss the problems. Sir.